vacation starting off. What's going on, y'all? We're gonna start off outside. I got some people cleaning up my apartment, and because I'm lazy as hell, man, I've been running in and out of this apartment all week, and just coming in and coming in, going to bed, shower, work. That was my rotation this week. It was uh, shower, work, shower, bed. You know what I'm saying? Because I had to get it going, man. But in the process, I was like, you know what? Let me see. I need to reach out to somebody. I don't have a wife, so I'm looking out who could come and help me out. So the cleaning company, I'm gonna get their name for that before they leave, so I can shout them out. But yeah, I called them yesterday, bro, and they came the very next morning. So that was good. Sometimes stuff services like that be booked up, and you gotta wait a couple weeks. But they was all good, man. Off of Craigslist, by the matter of fact. So they look trustworthy. I can step outside my place. They can handle the business of cleaning, and I can be okay. They're not suspect. So yeah, man. How y'all doing, man? Welcome to the Louie Live Show. Comedian Louie Bruce is my name. Uh, all over the place about everything in the space is my game. I'm gonna keep it cool out here because I got neighbors, and I don't want them to be like, "Oh, coming now." I'm just barely talking. What are you talking about? But you know how it is, them haters. But yeah, man. So what's been happening? First of all, let me just say off the top, we're gonna talk about it, but I want to really first off send condolences to the families that lost children at the school. I mean, there were other shootings this week. Just my condolences and heartfelt prayers out to everybody. I have children, so I really couldn't imagine. You send your kids to school, and then this happens. I mean, who's to blame? Who's to blame? Then the guy was an 18-year-old. So I mean, and he wasn't black, and he wasn't white. So it just goes to show that what we're dealing with in 2022 ain't the color, it's the mindset. Because there are as many black devils as there are white devils. There's many brown devils. There's many orange devils out there. So it's not even about who you are as a nationality nowadays, because the idea of supremacy was put out there, and it tastes good to everybody. So everybody took a sip of that cup of white supremacy, and what they didn't know is white supremacy means the opposite for you and me. Self-esteem issues, all of that. So people are walking around here, man, like literally mental cases, you know what I'm saying, and not even being checked on or addressed until it's too late. It's too late. You know what I'm saying? Like, what kind of person wakes up in the morning and say, you know what? I'm going to go kill 20 people today, or as many as I can, because he didn't know how many he was going to get. He just let loose. According to what we're seeing on the stories, he just went up there and let loose and caught everybody off guard. You know what I'm saying? Caught everybody off guard. Nobody was expecting that. Children are getting ready for summer break. I remember, man, being in school, and that last couple of months of school, man, I know really for me, last couple of weeks of school, man, you were so excited because summer was coming. We didn't even care. It was only 2.5 months. All we knew was that for 2.5 consecutive months, you didn't have to come to school. Summer vacation, man. People lost their virginity in the summer. People discover who they were in the summer. We got a lot of swimming in during the summer. But these children, these 19 children, I believe it is, will not get that experience. And they were so close this year. So, man, I mean, I can't even understand how the man that did this didn't die on the spot. I think it's maybe I may be wrong, but I do think they ended up, killing him as they should. There's no question about that. Case closed. Case closed. I mean, however, I'm not so caught up in my emotions that I don't also know that this government that we live under sets these type of things up all the time under the guise of what the headline is. I remember a few years back when Christopher Dorner went off on a rampage, cop killing and whatnot. I remember that. And then everybody looked at it as it was, but you got to look at it as it is, man. There are ways to move people. It starts off on various levels and is really determined on their level of research of the individual. Like for me, I already know if the government wanted to come after me, they could just starve me. Not to say that would work, but that would be their tactic. Let's cut off his food supply and let's cut off his expression. He's going to break. You see what I'm saying? They try to break people in society, and then the repercussions become collateral damage because it's looked at from the common man as just a coincidence that this guy walked into a school. I can't even think of anybody I can accuse of being that evil. You see what I'm saying? Like, I mean, that's a cold-blooded killer, man, to just mow down 18 children that couldn't defend themselves. And the two teachers. Like, I mean, these children are innocent at school. And then this guy takes it upon himself to take their life. Like, this is insane. But now, let's speak to the bigger problem. Let's speak to the bigger problem. A lot of situations like this, and we can go as far back as Columbine. No, we can go back further than that. And just how people have went off in society because they felt the way. And they blamed it on racism. You know what I'm saying? And that could be true. I mean, you can only feed somebody that's hungry for what you got. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're dealing with somebody that's a racist individual, feed them the right information and trigger their response to whatever that is. You dig? So all I can say is we got to figure out something. like I was just being silly one day. I was at Circle K. Man. I was actually working with Coca-Cola this week. I'll tell you about that in a little bit, but I was working with Coca-Cola, and we were going around to the stores, delivering freight. And I don't know where you are, but in Arizona, there's a lot of Circle K's, man. There's a lot, like above, like there's a Circle K right now across from a Circle K in any given part of this city. They got small ones, big ones. But like 90% of the Circle K's, I won't shoot them in the heart like that. Maybe not 90%, but a few of the Circle K locations out here look like dope fiend beehives. Like we were out there, man, till about 4 in the morning, right? Just running around. And around like 2 o'clock, we hit a store, and I'm looking around, and it looked like mid-noon out there. People walking around, people hugged up, people talking about this, talking about that. Man, these people were out of their mind, bro. Like, it's like, hey, that fentanyl is taking over. And that's just one of the drugs we know about that's out there. You saw tied into what I'm talking about. But I was just saying, man, you see the security guard, man, they be looking so helpless. He's just trying to make a couple dollars, man. He's just trying to, he's just trying to feed his family. And so now he done took on this job called security, and people are trying him all day because he can't do nothing but look at him. He can't touch him unless he defends himself in a way that his life was feared. But like they got this gun, they can't even use it. I'm like, yo, they need to pass a law that security, man, can bust a gun. If when it look like it's about to be a situation, draw down and get down. And I'm saying that, like, yo, especially the ones that say at Circle K, they should be allowed to bust their gun off every hour in the air, just pop, 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 just to clear the parking lot. Nigga, if you came on your good spirit stuff, and you know how people ask you for change, you just felt like giving, you get broke over there, man, at these Circle K locations. Like, it'd be like one at the parking lot, one at the gas pump, one at the drinks inside the store. He ain't got no money. He's just in there filling up for ice. Yeah. Then you got the one that hit you on the door, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, serious. Hey, you got a couple dollars, man? I'm trying to. I'm not knocking the hustle. I'm just saying, like, that's at the root of the problem. Like, the school cops even worse. School cops, man, they should be allowed to shoot their gun in the air, not as ring. That should be the matter of fact, just change the classroom bell to gunshots. Like, every period, it's time to take a class. Nah, let me not even, that's too far. I went too far, y'all. I'm just workshopping, but I'm trying to find a way that the people, because like if you ever notice, whenever there's a mass shooting, where are the people that are armed, that concealed carry? Where are they at? Where are these people that got licenses to carry guns? Because every time I go to the store, I run across dudes, man, in sweatpants and a tank top with a gun holster on the side. Like, no shirt on. They letting anybody get a gun license, you know? They letting anybody and everybody. And those times, like, from what I hear too, a lot of those guns ain't registered. It's just people have access to weapons, you know? So we need to find a way, man, because it's just too much. Like, my thing was, I was security for a lot of years, but at a certain point, it became clear to me that in order to make more money in that field, I would have to carry a firearm, right? Because and then around 9/11, that became the actual facts. You know, they started paying like armed guards in the federal buildings $25, $30. That was 20 years ago. So, you know, the opportunity presented itself that I should have went and got my concealed carry or whatever the gun license was. I was supposed. But the reason why I didn't go get my gun license is, number one, I don't know what the hell I'm doing with a gun, nor do I want to start learning. I let the people that know what to do with a gun do it, because I might get mad at somebody somebody might cut me off in traffic. I might follow down and shoot them up, just on some temper type stuff. But Not only that, man, once I had my daughter, I just was sensitive about what was in the house, you know. Because you hear about that type of stuff too. Children are running around, snooping around in the parents' house. Child finds a gun, blows his brains out playing with the gun. You know, I heard those stories before, so I was like, I don't want that headline of my life, period. So I never went and got a gun, you know. And then too, you know, when you marry, you don't want to have a gun in the house because a fight break out between you and her, and somebody gonna think about the gun, and you don't want no accidents. You know what I'm saying? So, especially at that time in that marriage I was in, so I decided not to get a gun. So I'm and then the Honorable Elijah Muhammad told me and you and us that we wouldn't need so much as a penknife to fight the truth. So now that was the legal covering of my personal decision. You know, I never really wanted a gun. I lost friends to guns, and then I just didn't want to be an accidental situation, you know. So I chose not to. Because, I mean, what I found also, because like I said, I did study upon the armed guard thing, and one thing turned me off. You know, the security has that license to carry that gun, but they don't have a license to shoot that gun. Like, there's no way, like, they can justify utilizing their gun without some ramifications. Like, they're gonna have to go do the time and all that good stuff. They're not, unless they can have a good lawyer and a good clear case. If they shoot somebody on the job, it's on them. So I didn't want to be them. Yeah. Thank you. All right. Yes. Thank you so much. It smells great in here. Oh, wow. Yeah. Wow. Okay, we're looking through our spot. Yeah. Ta-da! Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah, this is looking great. Thank you.
No problem. Did you end up getting?
I got Venmo. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah. So let me
I'll give
send
you
that.
There. I'll give you there.
Right. As soon as I open it up, I can get it from you. Where is that? There. Venmo.
You got it?
It's popping up right now. It's popping up. Y'all give me a second. We handling business over here. What's the name of that cleaning company you guys work with?
Carol's House Cleaning.
Carol's House Cleaning. If you guys are ever in need of clean service, if you just don't have time, look for Carol's Cleaning. They got you. And what's your name?
Journey. Ask
for Journey. Journey will come and clean your house in Arizona. She's very good. And who is your partner?
I just met her, so.
Oh, okay. Well, they're such a large corporation, they don't even hardly know each other. They just come and work together, you know, so it's good. Maria and Journey at Carol's Cleaning. Salute. All right. All right, let me, what's the username?
House, House.
Is there like do I need to put an ad at it? Okay.
House Cleaning. No spaces.
Oh, okay, let me go back. Because I certainly did say house cleaning.
And then 4 9.
4 9s?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. There, right there. House cleaning. Yep. Okay. What was it for? House cleaning. What do you think? Geez, that's a crazy question to ask. And it
might ask you a question, and she says to. Oh, do you know how much it is?
Yes.
Okay. And then it might ask you a question to like put their number or something, but just hit send anyway.
Okay. Do I don't have any cash. May I add a tip on here?
I think.
Maria.
Yeah. You know if you can add a tip if you send Venmo to your company?
Yes, you can.
Like, put it onto our
chat. They'll put it onto our chat.
Okay. So I can put it in the notes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we're gonna text them right now, letting them know that you told us our tip was gonna be on the book.
Okay. Got you.
Okay.
All right. So I got that, and then
appreciate that, by the way.
Absolutely. I appreciate you all, you know. I'm in and out, barely here, you know, and stuff happens. So I'm like, I don't want to.
Yeah.
And plus, I'm not a good house cleaner anyway, so, you know,
Keep us in
let the people that can do it better than me. Okay, what was your name again?
Journey and
Okay,
Maria.
Journey and Maria. Okay, I'm just going to put that in the.
Kind of different.
Oh, wait, wait, say it again.
JURNIE.
Okay, I had that all the way there. So,
Yeah,
I know.
JOU.
And Maria's MARE, not MARA, not
How do you
MA.
wanna spell
All
it?
right, all right. Hmm. Yeah. Oh, the last four digits of their phone number.
Yeah, that's what it
Okay.
does. And then can you click, yep, right there, pay without confirming.
Okay. All right.
Perfect.
All right. Thank you,
We'll
ladies.
bring that CLR and take that off of there for you.
Oh, okay. All right. No problem. Thank you. Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Look like I first got here again. All right. All right. We back to it, y'all. Boom, 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 boom. All right. Yeah, man. So, like I was saying, thank you guys for riding with me, right? But hey, I watched Corey Holcomb the other night go off a tangent for like almost 30 minutes, man. And they do it all the time. So hey, y'all can roll with it. Y'all can roll with it. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, so I put a post on Facebook just saying that it really, let's be honest, it is easier to buy a gun than it is to buy a house. It should be the other way around because people need the house. A gun is really more of a it's more of a want than a need. You know what I'm saying? It's not something you gotta have. Some people may beg to differ, but I mean, let's be honest though. A person that needs a gun may have a lifestyle that requires that. I'm not saying none of us don't need a gun. I'm not saying that. But be wise about it. And I'm talking about the government. Because it shouldn't be that easy to get a gun because it ain't that easy to get nothing else. Like, have you ever tried to goddamn get a credit card debt? Have you ever tried to get a loan from a bank? My God, they want you to draw blood. I'm fixing my ring light, y'all. Oh yeah, we raw and uncut today, huh? We raw and uncut today. Yeah, man, they do credit scores. You gotta have a credit score and all this stuff in order to get a house. Like, I've been a renter my whole life, man, and trying to get an apartment. It's like, okay, if I made 3 times the damn apartment rent, wouldn't I want to live in a house? Why would I want to live in this little ass apartment complex and I can afford to be? Because I got a homeboy right now in Goodyear, Arizona. He paying the same amount on his mortgage that I pay on a one. This is really not even a 1-bedroom. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm paying $1,400 a month, or $1,340. I shouldn't. But $1,350, $1,340. I just rounded off. But and he paying less than that for a much bigger place. 4 bedrooms, 2 baths, 2-car garage, nice yard, front and back, really nice backyard. And what I found out the other day, it has one of those RV bays. You know, on the side of your yard, it has a big area where you can park an RV. He's got that. So he got a bunch of stuff going on, man. And I'm like, I should be allowed to get a house if I can demonstrate the ability to pay a mortgage. I should be given one. Why you got to go 20 years back, man, and look at the decisions I made 10, 15 years ago? I don't know how far they go back, but I'm just guesstimating at this point. But you know, it's a hell of an argument, and it's really gridlock because on one side you got people that see these shootings, see how rampant violence is because of the presence of guns, yet they don't feel like there's a need to be regulated. Because right now there really isn't a regulation in place. You know, I looked up what it takes to get a gun in the state of Nevada, and it's just slightly less than a job interview. Like there are jobs out there that don't drug test. You know, they're easy to get on, and then there's jobs that are really scrutinizing. They do your credit report. I mean, the guns don't do that. In order to get a gun in Nevada, let me Google it. I had a screenshot, but I didn't save it. Qualifications to own a gun in the state of Arizona.
Here's a summary from Guns to Carry. Minimum requirements. Must be 21 years old or more. You are a resident of Arizona or a U.S. citizen. You are not unlawfully present in the United States. You have completed an approved firearms training class. You have no pending charges, and more.
And also they missed the last two. You have not been convicted of a felony, and you have not been diagnosed as mentally ill. Now let's look at that last point. In order to own a gun, the minimum requirements in Arizona is you must be 21 years or more. You are a resident of Arizona or a U.S. citizen. You are not unlawfully present in the United States. You're not an illegal alien. You have completed an approved firearms training class. You have no pending charges. You have not been convicted of a felony. You have not been diagnosed as mentally ill. That's a vague statement right there. You have not been diagnosed as mentally ill. Let's allude to that point real quick, because in my mind, it takes a mentally ill person to shoot down children that can't defend themselves. Now, it's one thing if you'd have walked into a neighborhood of gang members selling drugs and start shooting at the drug dealers. I mean, not saying that's what you should do, but I'm saying it's not like you did that. You walked into a school knowing full well that there were nobody there that would challenge you, and just went on a tear. But you can be mentally ill without being diagnosed in this country. Make no mistake about it. I've seen people that will talk to themselves like there's somebody standing right in front of them. It's like how I'm doing right now. I might have a little bit of illness. That's another conversation for another day. We talk about these school shootings and the gun laws and just the idea of this gun culture. What is it doing to society? You see, now, I don't know if there's a connection right here, but I remember my wife's children were really fond of Call of Duty. More so Fortnite. Call of Duty, Fortnite, same concept. So the video game allows you to have a POV view of society with your weapon of choice or your skill level you design. get designated certain, and then they give you tasks to fulfill inside of these games. Like it's maybe extract a person or whatever, or there's a bounty. You got to find the bounty and collect it from the robbers or something of that nature. I've never really played Call of Duty, but I've heard it described in other conversations, and I've kind of looked at it, you know, especially when they were playing. I would watch them play this game, and just the level of skill that it would take to navigate through these games, you know, a person can easily adopt the mentality in real life because it looks like you in the real world at solving real situations. You know what I'm saying? So I just remember like being in the room, because sometimes I would just go in the room, man, because it was just so much. You know, we had a lot of children, had friends, my wife had friends, you know, just I'm a loner by nature, you know, but so I like to be alone, you know, at my leisure. That's why this kind of works for me, because I don't have a bunch of people running through here, you know. So I would just go in the room and get out of the noise and just try to do whatever I'm doing, you know what I'm saying? But I remember hearing them, like you could hear them across the hallway playing the game. And if it wasn't the trained ear to what's going on, you would think there's a real situation happening in that next room. Get that motherfucker. Wait, hold on. Let me reload my gun. Let me choose another pistol. Let me oh shit. Your ass can't shoot. Why you miss? They were talking like this, like grown ass men. But they were children. 8, 9, 10, 11. I used to be like, wow, this video game got them doing that. I don't remember us. Well, no, I can't say that. Growing up, the video games had us like that too. Like if you playing boxing or Madden or Tecmo Bowl, all the way back. Double Dribble, you know, but those games the violent games weren't as dramatic as the other games. I don't know. Either way, it all started with these video games started to program our minds as children, you know. That's why. So you look at, have you ever like see, like I study people. That's what I do. You know what I'm saying? As a comedian, like you ever notice, not even notice, but like, have you ever observed security guards? They have that gun, or how they stand in their uniform. Like, yo, you are not a cop. You are not a damn superhero. Like, pull the board out your back. There's some people like that. Now, the other day, I saw a security standing in Circle K wearing Crocs. I didn't know what that was about. Like, what you trying to protect wearing Crocs? Like, if I take you on a high-speed chase, you got to kick off your Crocs to try to catch me. You have Crocs. Like, yo, you ain't even worried about nobody stomping your feet out. You just walking around here with Crocs on in the uniform, looking like you halfway at the house. But that's what it is nowadays. Everybody's so comfortable. You know, that was really at that school too, because they said the police officers delayed about an hour before they went in. They could not believe this was happening at their school, because when you come to work, you don't expect drama. You know what I'm saying? You don't expect drama, so you kind of get laxed on the job. You know, like the dude with the Crocs. He was not tuned in with his job and the neighborhood he was in to be wearing Crocs as a part of his uniform. Clearly, he wasn't ready. Or maybe he was. I don't know. Because, I mean, nowadays, these youngsters, they wear slides outdoors. Like, the only time you may see me wear my slides outside is like if I'm going to the car, straight to the car and driving off. And when I'm driving off, I'm not even going somewhere crazy. I'm just going like to the store, or I'm going to pick somebody up and then coming right back home. not ever getting out the car. But just to be around the way, like these cats be standing in front of the store, man. Now, if you see like 10 dudes standing up there, 8 of them dudes got on slides with dirty socks. Like, bro, like when I was coming up, maybe it was because maybe that was a delicate thing about my generation. Like it was a travesty to wear flip flops with dirty socks. Like, dude, your socks had to be like cocaine white or jet black, brand new. You know what I'm saying? You couldn't come out with no old, like, the funniest thing is you see a dude in flip flops with holes in his socks. Like, bro, just take the socks off. Just take the socks off because your whole big toe is hanging on the ground. Your pinky toe then broke a hole through the other side, and now that hole ripped and strapped to the back of your heels. Take the socks off, man. So, you know, I don't understand this generation that be rocking slide. Even when I do have my moments where I rock slides, I'm on high alert because you don't want to get into a situation with somebody with slides on. I'm just like, now I don't know though, because shout out to my black queens, man. A black woman kick her shoes off in a heartbeat to get to a fight. And might hit you with one of them shoes, depending on what kind of shoes you got on. Fighting barefoot, I just never understood that. Like, I don't want to do nothing. The only thing I may do outside is tiptoe out there and back in the house. I've seen cats that play basketball. I've seen cats that will dance barefooted, especially like at a house, like at a school party. Remember at the school dance when the girls used to take their shoes off? Like, ugh. Ugh. Oh! I should have had water. Hey, put one in the refrigerator. Wait, did I put one in the refrigerator? Hold on, let me get some water, man. Oh, I forgot. I should have gave you these energy drinks. Damn. Hey, boom, 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 hey. Yeah, man, so where did I do my phone? Hold up. Hold up, swole up. Damn, I feel so crazy. My phone's is right here. My phone is right here in front of me. Wow. Hey, I always say, somewhere in the world is 420. Just saying. But yeah, man. Oh, and they found the 50s. This is an honest cleaner. They found 50 cent and put it right back. I love it. Now I got to keep it like this. Oh, God. Oh, God. What else happened this week? I want to say rest in peace to a brother that I admired from afar, you know, in my time in the nation. Brother Captain Shaheed Muhammad, may Allah be pleased with him. You know, he transitioned this week. They're actually having his service right now as we speak. He was well beloved and known throughout the nation of Islam, and he will be missed sorely. You know, life is precious, man. Like when I read that article about 19 children lost their lives, my heart dropped because I was like, and I had to call my children. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, that's a hell of a thing, you know, for those parents to get the phone call that their children was assassinated. Literally, they didn't probably use that word, but that's what it really was. They were assassinated by a mass shooter. They just decided today was the day. You know, that's why I always try to treat people with balance, even if I feel like they're not right. You know, you got to treat people with balance because you never know what battles that person is fighting. You know, we don't know what happened. Maybe he's not crazy. Maybe he was just over the top because so many things happened in his life that took him there. You know, that happens. That happens. You know, people get to a breaking point, and I'm not justifying his actions. I'm not saying that, but I am saying is, you know, we have an opportunity now to create positive change in the universe. You know, become the change that you want to see. Like, the media is not going to stop its campaign because there's marketing to do, there's information to disseminate, and there's influence to be had. So, you know, we got to change our own narrative and not be influenced by the imagery that comes across our screen. You know, I really didn't like it when they played that game, but I didn't want to be the down Debbie Downer when my stepchildren played the game. That's their solace. You know, I just wish they would have chose an athletic game because that's for me, that was my solace at a certain time when I used to play NBA 2K. I would vicariously live through those players on the game. Don't do that with Call of Duty. Don't do that with Fortnite. Live vicariously through them and then try to imitate art. Life try to imitate art. And that's because that's really what a mass shooting boils down to. It looks like a scene from a video game. You know? Like, I remember I played the game, a couple times I did play GTA. I was just like, I didn't care really to finish the game or move on. I just started shooting everybody. You know? So, something has to be done. I don't have all the solutions, but I do know that it should be harder to get a gun than it is. It's too easy. You could probably go on Facebook and be like, hey, I need some heat. You got me holding. You'll probably get inboxes. Hey, man, I got a Desert Eagle, man. I'll let it go for whoop-de-whoop. Or I got an AR. I got to let it go for whoop-de-whoop. Or I got a Glock. Whoop-de-whoop. Hey, man, real quick. There's a comedian here in Arizona named Seth. Easy Living. That's my guy, man. Cool cat. He's older. He's like 63. He'll let you know, too. I'm 63. That's my guy, man. Funny dude. But he had put up a picture of his pistol. And it was a real pistol. Like, it wasn't a modern. It was like a 357 Magnum, Dirty Harry type style gun. Or like, no. Here's one I see. The little snub nose. I think Eddie Murphy had one in Beverly Hills Cop. I think he had a snub nose 38. And when I saw that in the movie, I wanted, like, I used to have, like, when I was growing up, remember the water guns? One year, man, my mom bought me a water gun that looked exactly like a 357, like the one, or whatever that gun was that Dirty Harry carried. Because that's the gun I remember falling in love with. The way they showed that long barrel on the screen. And he was like, you got to ask yourself one question. Do you feel lucky? Or do you punk? Like, that shit was, man, to this day I remember that movie, man. He shot the dude, too. Like, Dirty Harry was a cold piece, man. Yeah, I don't know, is Clint Eastwood still alive? I think he's still alive. He might have just passed, but I believe, pretty sure he's still alive. That man was cold, man. I look down. These were some of my Ironically, my childhood TV heroes carried a gun, but I never desired to carry a gun. I'm like an anomaly in this whole mind program situation. Everything I was exposed to, I chose to do the opposite. I used to see my uncles bring crack in the house, go to the garage, smoke it, then come back out tripping, going to get some more all night. But I never once even had the taste to even experience that. Same with the guns. Same with the guns. Like, even though I used to play with guns, like the toy guns growing up, you know, like I said, my mom had bought me one. It was a water gun, but it was black with the brown handle like a real 357 Magnum. So I used to have fun with that, man. Like, and then when Beverly Hills Cop came out, I used to be in the house doing like imitating Eddie Murphy in the movie. Remember in the 80s and the guys with the gun, they always be like, they be coming along the side of the wall and they get to the corner and they pull the gun and they pull it back. It wasn't there. And then they go that way. I used to do all that in the house and pretend like I was like Axel Foley. And then I would even have my music playing. Like the dun, 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 dun. That was my shit. It's still my shit. But I never really once wanted a gun, man. You know, so I don't knock a gun owner because it is probably necessary in this society. If you have valuable assets, you have to protect them. So, you know, I'm not for it, but I don't knock anybody that is. Just to say that. Because I believe there should be more control on who gets a gun, who has a gun. And I believe that would expose the ones that like this guy. Because something's not being taught in the process that's training people to witness that somebody may have a gun or they may be about to let off. Like, it don't just happen. But see, people don't see. Here's my thing. This is what I think has blessed me over the years. I study people. Like, no matter what position I take in life, whether it's a job with Coca-Cola or a security guard, I'm observant of my surroundings. You see what I'm saying? And not only am I observant of my surroundings, but I'm observant of the people in my element. Like, I'm studying your mannerisms. And that's just natural. It's not like and based on the signs you give me, I either continue or I move on in terms of exploring who that person is. So as a gun owner, you should have those same qualities, I believe. You should be able to determine if you have an adversary or somebody that's an innocent bystander, you know, in any scenario. Because nowadays, you can't trust any environment. Like, if you can't trust send your children to school, you can't trust nothing. You can't trust nothing. Anywhere it can go down. Anywhere. You know, so man, look. The other day, here we go. That's perfect. That's perfect. Sidebar. Shout out to all the people out there that's attempting to co-parent. Shout out to everybody, because if you co-parent effectively, it's a beautiful thing. But don't try to bully the other person, custodial parents. Stop trying to bully the non-custodial parent because you got the weight of the court system in your back. Don't be trying to bully that dude, man, because people like, I got this situation right now, and she's trying to bully me. But I know what I came here for, so we're not going to even worry about it. Okay, fine, let's do it. We'll figure it out along the way. But when you wonder why it's such a frustrating situation, are you managing it the best possible way? You know what I'm saying? Are you working with that person, or are you trying to work that person to work for you? You see what I'm saying? Like, that's where the problems come in at. Like, you just gonna tell me what's gonna happen. Like, we don't have a conversation about what we should come together and make happen. That's that BS, man. That's that BS. Yeah, man. But what are y'all thoughts? Let me know. I guess I should start inviting people on the show, but I really just want to talk to y'all. You know, if you want to listen, that's the ones I know we really supposed to listen. But I won't say I'm on the fence about gun control, but I do think the conversation needs to be had. Conversation needs to be had about how do we best protect society, really, because nobody's safe. Now you look at it, nobody's safe. You could be anywhere, oh my God, and it can go down. Whenever I see somebody, if your Instagram name got Bitcoin in it, you can just keep on surfing because I'm blocking you on impact. You ain't even gonna get a chance to send me that crazy inbox y'all be sending about how you're a Bitcoin miner and you can show me how to make $5,000. All I gotta do is pay you $5,000. Get your ass out of here, you scam artist. You can't scam a scammer. Never. I've been scammed before. I mean, I'm not a real scammer. But yeah, man. Tuesday. Okay. That was, boy, see, sometimes it just pays to be quiet. Now, this is my my first wife. I had a second wife. This is my first wife. We have children together. And so she reached out to me and said she would like Sakaya, my daughter, to come be with me for the summer. Now, I could have responded, wait a minute, I need, don't just spring that upon me, which is dead right. Don't just spring that upon me because you already know the situation with me is that I'm here in Arizona with almost little resources of reaching out to people. I have a couple people out here I know, but not a lot. But I'm building to be a resident here. Yeah, but she likes to tell me what's going to happen instead of let's put our heads together and make something happen. This has been the ongoing issue since the beginning of this whole thing. It's like, I've never really liked this as a person. I don't like somebody to just like work with me. Don't tell me what I need to do. Point it out to me and let me do it. Or let's put our heads together and work the smartest way possible. Damn. I appreciate y'all for tolerating me. My show was a little off timing, but we got it together. We got it together, man. Like I said, I started off outside in a little company. I'm high, obviously, but I'm feeling good. I'm feeling really high. Flying high in the friendly skies without ever leaving the ground. Marvin Gaye. Go listen to it. It's called Flying High to Friendly Skies. Great song. But we're going to tap out, man. We're going to tap out for the hour. You feel what I'm saying? We've been here, you know, and hopefully there's insight that someone wants to share that we offer guest opportunities. You know, we want to hear your story. If you have information you'd like the public to get, we can have that conversation. As for Louie Bruce Live, each week we're going to have different topics. We're going to just go after it. You know, there are some people that are obsessed with data and numbers. We're just trying to develop mindsets. We're not trying to focus on the percentages because none of that predicts our future if we don't foresee a future. You see what I'm saying? So we have to start from the basic mentality of survival and then move forward and to be thrivers. I think that's our biggest problem here in society. We haven't been thriving. We've had to survive. Like, it's hard enough to get up every day and be a black man in America, be a black woman in America. Hell, be a white person, a poor white person, a poor Mexican person. You know, it's hard enough without the other stuff. So we're just trying to cultivate mindsets into productive mobility. It's not about religion. It's not about your affiliation. It's not about where you are in life. It's who you are in your heart. You know what I'm saying? Let's see if I can find. I've been doing this thing lately, like when I'm in an elevated state and thoughts come to my mind, I'm going to just put it down on paper or virtual paper in this case. But the other day, I was just thought of an idea and I just started writing it down. And it came to the you know, remember back in the day, when a slave wanted to be determined free or declared free, in order to move around, he had to show his freedom papers, right? And that's symbolic of today. You can show your status as a Jay-Z or as a Nick Cannon or somebody like that, or Will Smith, and you're allowed places that the average person ain't allowed. You know, there's levels to freedom. So I wrote this. I'm just going to say it as I wrote it. You know, lack of slavery days, there was a concept that evolved into where we are today, the haves and the have-nots. Initially, the haves was the white slave master and the have-nots was the black slave master. But over time, a black slave. But over time, a process began that evolved that relationship. It started within the slavery. The slaves that behaved the best got the best jobs, like working in the kitchen, working in the big house. And then those that didn't play ball or curry favor were put out way in the field under the scorching sun and brutal winters. This was the genesis of a relationship that would evolve because the skin tone started to diversify in America. It wasn't just black and white. It became blacks, whites, white interracials, and Mexicans and Asians. Then it became the interracial, but the concepts remained the same. It was going to be the haves and the have-nots. And within the have-nots, there was an opportunity dangled over that community that you can have more if you do more for me. So in 2022, freedom papers are green. Make no mistake about it. People are buying their freedom today. And the beautiful thing about today is technology and evolution allows you to truly buy freedom papers and free yourself. Just a random thought. I just put it on paper, man. I never really looked at it, edited it. Just as it came out, I just put there. So, yo, peace out, y'all. I'm out of here. We'll see y'all next Saturday, God willing, 11 a.m. We're going to deal with another topic I had to cover today. We didn't get to it. But think about it. It's going to be have same-sex marriage been accepted more than interracial marriage? Well, we'll talk about that next Saturday. Peace.